It is not permissible to destroy the Shaheeds on F-16 aircraft, since these aircraft were created to perform completely different tasks. This opinion was voiced on air by the president of the Ukrainian Aviation Association of Pilots and Aircraft Owners, AOPA Ukraine, Gennady Khazan. Destroying a Shahed-type UAV on F-16 aircraft is the same as using an electron microscope to hammer a nail into a wall. It is unacceptable to use such aircraft of this type, which should perform completely different tasks, to destroy Shaheeds, Khazan believes. According to him, firstly, it is a waste of resources of the missiles that are installed on the F-16, because the F-16 missiles are designed to destroy large aircraft, Khazan emphasized. Although, as the expert noted, the Shaheds are now being hunted using onboard guns installed on the F-16. There is another point here. This is a single-engine aircraft, and if debris hits it after an explosion or destruction of the target, hitting a cloud of debris is a 99-to-1 probability that this will lead to, at a minimum, damage and engine shutdown. And the aircraft is single-engine, so something will have to be done. Forced landing is not allowed here, so the pilot must eject. This means that other types of aircraft must be used to destroy such a danger as the Shaheds, but we do not have them available, Khazan commented. In particular, we are talking about the Tucano attack aircraft and other turboprop aircraft. Earlier, military expert Yuri Mikulyak also expressed the opinion that it is ineffective to use F-16 fighters to shoot down Shaheeds. According to him, it is very expensive and dangerous. Ukraine is using Western fighters to repel massive combined attacks by the Russians, in particular on the night of June the 29th. Ukrainian Lieutenant Colonel and F-16 pilot Maxim Ustimenko was killed while performing a mission. He was a first-class pilot. As reported by the Ukrainian Air Force, the pilot used the entire range of onboard weapons, shot down 7 air targets, and during the last one, his plane was damaged and began to lose altitude. Ustimenko diverted the plane away from the populated area, but did not have time to eject. Over the past 3 years, more than 20,000 cases have been brought to Russian military courts on charges related to the refusal of individuals to serve in Russia's armed forces, 17,721 of which have resulted in convictions, independent news outlet Mediazona reported on Thursday based on court data. According to Mediazona, most cases, 18,159, related to the unauthorized abandonment of a unit, which carries a sentence of up to 10 years in prison upon conviction. A smaller quantity, 1,369 cases, were tied to a less stringent law, which covers the non-execution of an order and provides for up to 3 years in prison as punishment, while a third group, 1,010, were filed under a law concerning desertion, for which a defendant can be sentenced to 15 years in prison, Mediazona reported. According to Mediazona's figures, prosecutions in Russia hit an all-time high in the spring, with approximately 1,000 cases referred to courts around the country every month, though that figure has fallen slightly in recent months. By contrast, the number of cases relating to the refusal of service is increasing in Ukraine, with 15,000 to 20,000 cases opened each month by investigators there, according to statistics from Ukraine's Office of the Prosecutor General. However, in Ukraine, Mediazona reports, only a few hundred cases per month are actually brought to court, and in approximately 2/3 of these, prosecutors request that the defendants not be criminally liable. The Insider reported that Moscow uses a systematic program of Gulag-style abuse directed at its soldiers in Ukraine in order to maintain order and punish perceived offenders. Reports of Russian soldiers being abused by commanders and fellow troops have emerged since the full-scale war against Ukraine began. Moscow has only intensified its war effort despite calls by Kiev, the US and European partners for an unconditional ceasefire as a first step towards a peace deal. According to President Volodymyr Zelensky, Russia recruits around 40,000 to 45,000 men for its military every month. Although Russia did not go through phases of mobilization and has made great use of its prison population, most new recruits have for a while been volunteer contract soldiers lured in by one-time sign-up bonuses, often more than several years' average salary in poorer regions of Russia. In late 2024, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree to increase the size of Russia's armed forces to about 2.4 million, including 1.5 million military personnel.
Polish President Andrzej Duda visited Kyiv on Saturday, Ukraine's Constitution Day, for a farewell meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky ahead of the end of his term on August 6. According to Associated Press, Duda was welcomed at the train station by Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha, who called him a true friend of Ukraine. The Polish leader took part in Constitution Day events and laid a wreath in honor of fallen soldiers. Zelensky awarded Duda the Order of Freedom, Ukraine's highest honor for foreign nationals, for his support of Ukraine's sovereignty and Polish-Ukrainian cooperation. At a joint briefing in Kyiv, Zelensky said, "The question is not what Russia wants, the question is whether we can all stop them, change the point of view of the current leader of the Russian Federation. This is the most important task, between all the other issues, that we have as good neighbors."
Добре.